Welcome into the coolest roasting contraption I've ever seen in my life.
In this video,
That's a good stuff.
you're gonna witness one-of-a-kind street food
This has become like a soup.
in Nepal's bustling capital of Kathmandu.
Oh my god.
But first, let's back up. Kathmandu has a population of nearly 1.5 million, far greater than the next biggest city.
Nepal, this very small country, is squeezed between these two huge superpowers, India and China. Nepali people, who do they like more?
It's like asking if you like your mommy or your daddy.
This bustling cityscape has become a melting pot for cultures and foods around the country.
Are there a lot of Tibetan restaurants?
Sorry.
You can chew if you want.
Okay.
Here, you can get a taste of everything Nepal, from the country's national dish
You can add more if you like.
When you get more, that's free,
Yeah.
but not the meat.
to the most extreme meat roasting operation I've ever seen.
The guys working here are sweating their balls off. You can only stand to be in this area for about a minute before your legs start to literally melt off. Well, I gotta get out of here.
And it all starts here.
Welcome to Kathmandu. Today we are in Nepal and this is Sarita.
Sarita.
So-
Sarita.
Sarita.
Yeah.
All right. I'm so sorry. Did I say it wrong? I thought I said Sarita. This is the tiniest commercial kitchen I've ever seen for a restaurant. It's heard with a handful of burners and then piles of delicious food inside. The seasonings, the smells in here are insane. Right now she's preparing something called dal bhat.
More than just a national dish, dal bhat is a perfect way to fuel up for a cold Nepali day. In its most simple form, you'll find rice and lentil curry, but the sides can be nearly endless. Here, Sarita is cooking up stir-fried veggies. Add fenugreek seeds, onion, and green chilies in a hot, oily pan. Then potato, turmeric powder, squash, beans, salt, and a list of flavorsome Nepali spices. For a bit of protein, we've got chicken curry. It starts with onion, green chilies, turmeric powder, and bay leaves in hot oil. Then the chicken, cooked lightly before flavoring it with ginger garlic paste, cumin powder, coriander powder, salt, garam masala, tomato paste, coriander, and finally spring onion. She whips up her mutton curry the same way. Pick your protein, plate, serve, and eat.
You have to use a hand to get a real taste.
I haven't washed my hand for 3 days. Is that okay?
No, that's not okay.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. I noticed there's an emphasis on rice.
It's all about the rice. To make it easier for you to eat more rice, you pair it with different kind of vegetables and then the meat.
Oh my god. That is the biggest bite I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, here we go.
Take some chutney.
With my fingers, it's a liquid. Oh wow, it's really hot and sour. Everything else is very savory, a huge blend of spices. I got a big, beautiful piece of mutton right here.
If you have bone, then you gotta take it apart by using your teeth.
Never this hand.
That's for something else.
That's for naughty time.
Yeah.
I really taste the turmeric coming through. The meats are just so delicious. The way they're cooked, the seasonings really permeates into the meat. You can like feel it as you're eating it, like the masala squeezing out.
Try the lentil.
It's like a split pea soup. No chunks, just very smooth. Chicken's also very good. Pretty much the same, just a slightly different texture.
Yeah.
We gotta do a hand check. Look at her hand.
Joining us today, Manjita,
I gotta say, we're about the same. Oh, I think I did better than you.
full-time student and part-time eater, showcasing the best food her country has to offer.
The first time I ever tried Nepali food was actually in Texas, in the USA. And it was delicious. But the thing is, the restaurant could not advertise that they had Nepali food. They had to advertise that they had, can you guess?
Indian food?
That's right. Because they would say it was similar enough, but also India's so huge, people just know it more. How would you compare food here with food in India?
It's totally different.
What separates Nepali cuisine from its neighbors in the south is in the details.
We don't use much butter.
A ghee.
Yeah, ghee. And the herbs and spices are also different from there. The way they cook, the timing, and the masala that we use here. Did you just steal my...
Yeah, you're not eating fast enough.
You just stole my food!
You're a great storyteller.
Folks here prefer rice, while Indians use a lot of flatbread. There are also dishes that distinguish Nepal from any other place.
For breakfast, we have donut and tea. Yeah, that's something different. And then for lunch, we usually have momos. It's fast. Whenever we're hungry, we'll find every other momo shop behind every corner.
Mo means steam, and momo is what you call the steamed Nepali dumpling, an iconic dish enjoyed by every stratum of the population.
Namaste. Namaste. We've come to the very chill Momo's making room. Did we overload the generator?
No.
Oh, the electricity cut. How often does that happen?
Unexpected daily power outages are not uncommon here in the capital, due to decades-old infrastructure that's continuously trying to catch up to demand. At times, power cuts might last half a day, but still, you'll hardly see people flinch. Whether it's bright or not, there's work to be done.
We have someone right here rolling out the wrapper. The wrapper is just made of flour and water. This is a fascinating rolling pin. Can I see this real quick? Can I take a look at this? I'm not sure if this is from the rolling pin store or if it's just been kind of reused. Very heavy. It just takes her one roll and then she's got it flat and ready to go. Is it perfect?
No.
All right.
The filling is made from a mixture of blended onions, ginger paste, masala, turmeric powder, Nepali hog plum, sesame seeds, and protein, either ground chicken or ground buffalo.
Each dumpling they have here has a little bit different shape. These with the buffalo are a bit more circular and then kind of twisted at the top, but the ones that are filled with chicken have a more of a crescent shape. Mine's more like a jalapeno popper. It's beautiful. They're literally making hundreds, I would guess thousands, because they sit at this table for hours making these. Put them on the trays, and the trays go into a waiting area until they're ready to go onto the steamer. Hi.
Hi.
When I think this type of dumpling, it reminds me of East Asia. Like we have something here where it feels like the structure of a East Asian food mixed with the spices of South Asia.
Yes.
Do we just eat it like this?
No, you gotta take the soup.
Oh my God, you smother it.
This is made from sesame seed, peanuts, and then hog plum. So it's sour, it's salty. Now you take the hot sauce.
Sorry, it's just like immediately salivating. My mouth is watering. There's so much sauce on it. Let's go for it.
Take more soup.
Oh yeah. The soup
This
is
Hindu majority country, you're not going to find many beef options. According to the Hindu faith, cows are to be revered. But buffalo, well, they're fair game, and their meat is nearly indistinguishable from the usual ox beef.
We've got like anything you name it, and then they have a buff meat addition to those dishes. The people here also love the buff momos a lot more than any other momo here.
So who's the chicken for?
There are a part of the population, they do not eat buff because buffalo is the god.
Wait, Hindu folks believe buffalo is also God.
Yes.
I've never heard that before. Chicken's good too, but I gotta say, if I had to choose one, buffalo all day. I'm confused. It is like 3:30 p.m. This place is packed.
Yes.
Is this a snack? Is this dinner? What's going on here?
This is a snack.
People take snack time here really seriously.
Yes.
This is called lapping. It's not your typical midday snack. In fact, it's a rather brilliant, affordable culinary innovation. A tangy, spicy cold noodle that'll satisfy even the most hard to pin down craving. And you can find it here at Kawa Karpo Noodle Factory.
Oh yeah. First thoughts, it's overwhelmingly salty. I don't know if it's MSG, salt, or what, but that is a lot of salt. The textures are awesome because it reminds me of like a bang pho, or like a big flat Vietnamese noodle. So it has a similar texture to that, but then inside you have all these great crunchy bits. That piece was better. I think my first piece was just loaded with salt. It seems like a combination of Tibetan techniques with some of the local flavor. Not so different from the momo.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of Tibetan restaurants in Kathmandu?
So you usually find Tibetan restaurants around both the stupa.
For decades, Nepal was the main station on an underground railroad, offering refuge to Tibetans fleeing the Chinese as their land was invaded.
The owner here, is she Tibetan?
Yes, you can tell that by seeing the picture that she has hung right there.
The Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
Do the Hindu folks and the Buddhist folks get along?
Yeah, they do. We do not care about all these religion, and we don't separate people by that.
Newly arrived immigrants brought with them the recipes, enriching the Nepalese foodscape. These days, Nepali cuisine has been greatly influenced by Tibet's distinct flavors and recipes, like our next noodle dish, thukpa, Tibetan in origin, but even more flavorful and much more spicy.
Right now we are in a kitchen which is basically its own tiny noodle making factory. Here they're doing everything from taking flour, eggs, and water and making the dough to kneading the noodles and then cutting those into the noodles you see right here. She's hanging the noodles right now. Can I have those? Yeah, thank you. Take a look at these noodles. You know, it's not like a